All right. Now I wait. I love this little lag when it's actually so quiet. There we go. Hi. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. Yay. Oh, Tana. Nice. Yay. Hello. Nice. I really feel like I'm hanging out with a friend. Like, this has been through a lot with me. This is one store. My favorite thrift stores are on Broadway. There's so many. And I would walk and just look at the tags and look at the graffiti. And there was one of the stores was clearing out. So they were selling mannequins for like $5. Yeah. I remember putting those in the car. I'm going to let people just come in, Kim, and then I'll send you the thing in about a minute. Feels like everyone's been working hard. Hello, George. Okay. Now it's about to divide. The curtains go down. Nice.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going there?
It's good. It's the
Ready
season.
for round two?
This is kind of like round one, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Maybe yeah, this is round one.
All right. Cool. So,
Hold up. Yo, if you're watching, share and send this out to people that you know have been in here or who like have come to, let's get this algorithm. And then let's really monetize Instagram because I've been. Gosh. Okay.
Okay. Welcome. Shall I take it? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, it's my pleasure and honor to be conducting the session, the second half. And the first time I met you, Sadaf of the Arts Alliance, I knew that you were, I guess, a rare entity or a rare flower, and you propelled my curiosity. So I get to ask you some questions. Some you probably have an idea. Some I might surprise you. So I want to thank everybody for joining in. My name is Akim Fong Buddha, and I was the previous guest, and I was just interviewed. Great pollination of circles happening here. So I would like to start off with my first question is, what would you say is one or two or three life experiences that shaped you?
Okay, my answers are changing already. Being born, because that literally shaped both being conceived and then being born. Moving a lot. I've lived in a lot of different structures, and I know what it's like to migrate and have that be a chosen thing. And when I would say going through my schooling, and when I became a teacher, realizing how much I had to learn about the USA and the way it was constructed. I grew up in a very white town. in not that far away, 2 hours away, South Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes a difference when you're one of the only brown kids or one of the only kids who like does art or is in like the gay straight alliance. When you're 14, 15, all of us end up leaving and have become artists across cities in the world. But there's a little group of us. So it's been interesting to look back and now start to see these trends as we're getting a little older. So, and then the last period, so first would be, you know, moving on from my childhood, becoming a teacher, and then, yeah, finding art and community in New York and in moving to New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will definitely shape you or shift you coming to New York. It definitely did that for me. So it's one thing we're talking, and this is great, but I know you have a lot of artifacts and things around you that you've either been gifted or that you've created. Look around or grab one and tell us
Ready?
about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. I'll show you guys little corners I don't really show people or talk about. I was very lucky that I was able to travel when I studied abroad, and
Uh-huh.
I got to go to Morocco, to North Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and then visit. Because I went to, some of my friends were foreign exchange students. So I went to Jordan, and this is one of the first pieces of art I ever collected. So it's a set of 3, and it's paintings of Bedouins. And these are made very quickly. This is almost automatic painting. These, if you just do these lines over and over, and these
Wow.
images, you can really knock these out.
Cool.
So I have 3, yeah. So there's that. Yeah, that's something I'll share. I do have
Good.
lots. That was a
Okay.
good question.
Yeah.
And then this is the first piece of art I ever collected when I moved to Brooklyn. This is about 5.5 years ago. It's this big warehouse, like down by the water in New York. And I bought it because it reminded me of my father. It looked Muslim to me. It felt familiar. And then there was a Jewish person in my home who told me what it was. This is like a rabbi.
Cool. So would you call yourself an art collector or an art curator who happens to collect, or art appreciator, to try to just put some bearings on it, not to limit you too much?
I've come to, as my relationship with material things has changed, to really just want to buy from people I know or be creating my own. Yeah, I mean, I would say I was a collector, period. Like my mother, we have a lot, you know, there's a fine line between keeping, collecting, and like hoarding, you know? So I have tendencies. Yeah, at this point, I do collect art because the relationship has changed, that if I'm buying art, it's because I'm understanding how it's translating into the lives of people I'm buying it for. What resources or what monthly costs or programs. And I think that question can be very central, but is very different because everyone's circumstances are different. Yeah, it's like a title, right? It's about money. So, but it's nice to see more people of color. I think it's like a stock. We need to think of these things in terms of stock and, you know, potential. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like that, and I like the fact that you curate and that you also collect and that you're like in the community. I think as I was listening to you speak, I began to feel like how you feel about art is how I feel about movement and dance. And a lot of the times people want to leave art for the like collectors, right? Or they want to just buy the art of
Why did
people
they get
who
all
are
the
like,
art? They didn't make the art.
Mhm.
They didn't make
You
what
know?
makes the art like colorful and spicy. They took that from us. That's not theirs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and this is how I think now about every, like, more and more as I left this, as I learned about the way the country works and its resources with the people, the education system, and left, you just like
Mhm.
become more and more like abolitionists, you know.
Yeah. In fact, I would like to inspire us all to
Uh-oh,
like
the spiral.
buy more art, and support each other's art. Breathing? Can you still hear me? You froze and I see a circle on your face. Okay. Okay, it looks like you froze again. When it freezes like that,
Yeah,
can
I
you
can hear
still
you.
hear me?
When
When
it
it
catches
froze.
up, I still get the whole thing.
Okay. Um, yeah, I was just saying that we should all be inspired to like buy each other's art and support each other's art. Same way, I believe whatever craft you're in,
Yeah.
movement, music, we need to be more in-house and supportive.
Mm-hmm.
So glad that you're also creating a community where that can happen. Beautiful stoop sale that you had some
Thank you.
time back, which kind of segues me into the next question because I believe that we're always kind of doing what we want to do on a micro. We're doing it what we want to do on a macro. We're kind of doing it on a micro. Um, and so my question to you is, if you had an ultimate goal or vision of something you could manifest, what would that be?
That the whole world is brown and black. Maybe there's less people, and maybe that's okay. Maybe the planet's a little healthier, and the earth is greener, and we start to really take back over land. We go closer. We start with boats and islands. Like getting small boats is like getting a motorcycle and starting to navigate routes that were created
Mhm.
to encapsulate us. Hmm.
Mhm.
We get strategic. We start to buy up real estate here on every level, micro to macro. But that's the way
Mhm.
that's what I think. That's what I
Mhm.
do. I would love a boat. Guys, it's in our blood, right? Gardening's in our
Mhm.
farming. Gardening is
Mhm.
white. Farming is not. Farming is us.
We got to reclaim that, you know. Um, would you say with the different programs you're illustrating, could you tell us a little bit about that? You have some mentorship
Mm-hmm.
things happening, and you work with youth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, whatever you're doing, just shout out to everybody out there. I know life gets hectic, but we got to figure out how to connect it to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you. Tell us about that.
Um, Youth are green. Youth are gross. So is art. So they go hand in hand. You can't care about one and not care about the other.
Mm,
Yeah.
youth and growth. Great. So, out of the pictures, because we both have so many pictures, we have like an archive of pictures. Is there one picture that could resemble some of the things we've talked about? Either there physically, or you can beam it up on the Instagram.
Beam it up. Talking about kids and like talking about community.
Kid
Okay.
community.
All right. Let me look. Yeah. Yes, I definitely can. Okay. Shout out Stoop Sale. Shout out everyone who came. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget to text. I put it on Instagram is, little portfolio. People with whom I have like shared space and shared meals, Flash and Tana. Breakfast for two. We've had breakfast, we've had lunch, we've had dinner. Like I
Hmm.
miss I really like cooking when it's like 4 people I love and I get to nurse them, and I miss doing that. COVID is hard.
Mm.
COVID's difficult. And we're still here. Some of us are not still here. And that's crazy. And we have to remember that. But, you know, anytime we hear about, just gotta do, shout out to Math. Math is the first person who ever had me on a microphone and was
Word.
like, I want other people to hear what you know, and this is not that, this is like 2 years ago. Shout out to Math. Math, where you at? I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send him this later.
So you
Math
mean
works
2 years
hard,
ago you
people.
weren't speaking up? You weren't speaking out or repping like the way you are now?
What? Myself?
You said he put you on the mic 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And
I was
so I
still,
was
this is like, I wore this to school that day, right? I was still a dean. I still had like a day job.
okay.
Yeah, I'm swiped out of Instagram real quick. I'm back.
Cool. Cool.
Um, this is,
Great.
okay, I have one. I have a picture. This is the very first art event I would consider that I did in New York, in Brooklyn. It was our birthdays. This is one of my oldest friends, actually, and we lived together. And this is one of the
Mhm.
first artists I ever worked with, Masa, her art in the back. And that's what became
Mm.
Henna House BK. So shout out Henna House BK and my roommate, Natalia, Nati.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that stoop sale, because we've been pretty much on relative lockdown with COVID. I haven't really been out much, but your stoop sale was an event that it wasn't crowded, and there was such a nice vibe there, and it made me really feel it's about the quality of people, not quantity. And you had all different vendors and people selling different things. Um, Kimberly got these dope T-shirts that were like written dope, henna style. Your roommate made that one. And some of the
Thank you,
youth
Kim.
area, the area came by. Could you could you tell us a little bit about some of the vendors that were there, and if it relates
Yeah.
to any of the things we talked about
Mm-hmm.
for mentorship, working with youth, you can do
Yeah.
that. But tell us about some of the vendors.
Sure. Great question. Vendors, people whose art, there was people, a lot of people's art represented there that weren't physically there. So Tana is like, you know, half the art. And my roommate, Natalia, Nati, my neighbor who lives downstairs, like we share a home, has their own printing zine company here and in California. There was 3 people, it was their first time vending, like other women that I
Mhm.
knew in Brooklyn. And a couple of the vendors are teachers, like people that I worked with when I
Mm.
was a dean, whom when I started, like really like, I think like, you know, we can try to do 2 things. I kind of at a
Mhm.
point felt like I had a day job and then a night job, right? Like I would leave
Mhm.
school and be networking. Um,
Mm.
it was
Good.
beautiful. It was like and then the kids, literally my neighbors. Actually, there was like 2 neighbors because I didn't know one of the women who grew up on the block had been making candles. But when I was talking to my other neighbor about it that morning, she went and, you know, she sold out. Allie J
Mhm.
Scents, everybody.
Wow.
New new
Beautiful.
menu out now. It smells
Great.
like a
Great.
meal, those candles, or like a full
Yeah.
plant. Yeah.
So what's next for you? I mean, that when, because I quite honestly, I'm not one to want to go out as much as I was out at events, dancing. I mean, I want to go out, but I'm not trying to be in the wrong place, the wrong time. I'm not just trying to be like
Yeah.
shoulder to shoulder, all mushed up with random people. It's not my vibe right now. Um, Keep it in mind that I used to crowd surf, and I'm a hip hop head. I love the crowded ciphers and like trying to, but I've this whole COVID thing has shifted me in. So my question to you is, when's the next event? that people who want to get the blessing of that event? And how has, if at all, this whole COVID equation shaped or shifted who you are?
Mm-hmm. So at the beginning of the interview, you asked me, what are the 3 times in your life that have shifted you or changed you? I said the first is when you're born. Mm, it's going to be on the internet. It's going to be organized. If you want to be involved, you have to be willing to give like an hour a week. We start to take on individual kids and start to build some apprenticeship pods and mentorship pods. Then by springtime, we need to know what we're like, what seeds we're growing, and let's grow our own food for next spring, summer. My friend was able to grow enough squash that's fed her family and my family. Like our home, like we don't go to the store for squash right now. And before COVID, so this come to answer the question, so many of us are here and either are from here or chose to come to Brooklyn to feel safe and to fight. And yeah, there was we already were shifting to be ready for what needs to happen now. I think we need to be careful next week. I think the tension is dangerous in the whole world. Look out for people. I'm going to next Friday. This Friday, if you're an artist or like you have a kid or you're just trying to deal with some words and writing and putting your thoughts in, I used to run a writing center for some years. And so I'm opening it up again and it's just open to all ages. We'll have multiple tutors. If you need math, kids are doing homework. So Friday, 1 to 3, I'll be on Zoom. I'll put out the link or let me know if you want it. Every Friday. I'm just going to try to commit to that. Yeah. And then if it really, I like take advantage of it, people, because let's start to learn the skill.
Is the age open or is there age, whoever is right as well?
They have to have permission to be there. If you're a minor, your guardian, I need to know you're allowed to be on the internet working. Because if it's attached to money, yeah, because it might be. We'll be crowdfunding. Okay. A mentorship's fee is $50. People can sponsor it. You can pledge for a kid. A kid can do their own. Like people are at variant levels. People can sponsor multiple kids or like a schools program. Like we need to build dance crews like across schools. Skate crews, like I'm not kidding. If you know how to skateboard, like now I'm really talking to everyone out here, not a Kim. Look at me. Because I know it's easier. If you can skate, if you have a hoverboard, if you have a bike, if you have a scooter, like most kids should at least have one thing, and there's more spots to get these things taken care of for free and get them donated. Like they need to just start to learn how to navigate their roads. I think Brooklyn can be a biking and a wheels only town. I think we can push it out. I really think so. I think we need to pay attention to how in the fall and the winter, just be cautious. Like, yeah. So come to me, please. That can be a gig that can easily get sponsored because some of you guys are incredible. Demetrius, like I know you can cover miles. Like if you can go 5 miles in a day, we can do field trips. Like I take the kids to that ice cream spot. Then we can start to go to the botanical garden. Botanical garden used to be free every day. I learned that during COVID.
Wow. Well, definitely we should take advantage of that. And anybody beaming in here who knows a youth, definitely make the connection. Let's make that urban village happen. A lot of the times we don't reach out as much as we can or as we should for whatever reason. So definitely thanks for making that as an available resource for the community. A lot of times people talk about community this and community that, but they're not really doing anything. So thanks for definitely doing that, and keep up the great work. Now, I saw a flyer floating around about something around Halloween. Did you want to
Oh,
talk about that?
yeah. Let me see if I have that picture recently enough. Um, so the quest for the golden pumpkin, with the garden around the corner, which some of you have gotten a comment with me too, or have like helped me do stuff out. Shout out Demetrius, the artist is in this chat. Check that shit out. Carving the pumpkin, but then to where it's translucent, but it's not cut all the way out. You play with the light so much. That's real, guys. That's not graphic design. That's like
Yeah,
really sharp
it took it
knives,
took me it took me a minute to notice that that was actually a pumpkin.
right?
You know?
Oh, I can't zoom in. Oh, I can zoom in on myself. Interesting.
That's a pumpkin right there.
Yeah. So, listen, for real
Oh,
though, if you are willing to be one of these pumpkins on this map I made of our neighborhood, the garden is in the middle where the most pumpkins are. If a kid goes to 5 pumpkin stops, they get 5 stickers, okay? 5 stickers. And at every one of these pumpkin stops is a little tiny golden pumpkin. It's small. And they get a point. And when they get 5, they go to the garden. They get their own little baby pumpkin. It's not spray painted. They could do that at home, or we can have things like that on the internet with $50 per kid, and they can get their own little markers. All you need is markers through winter and some nice little paper or notebook, right? Pen
cool.
pals. We're gonna send packages. We need to take back over these postal boxes. Like if you're into guerrilla style art, wheat pasting, like all of it.
You talking tagging up the city with art?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If we want to carve a pumpkin, is there any extra pumpkins there? I might want to get my carving pumpkin on. Kimberly just told me Apollo wants to come.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that would be. I was wondering. Beautiful. Okay, there's two. There's two. So he's bringing the
Okay.
2 he took, and we have 2 extras. And actually, because I would love to, I can't have the kids. Messiah and Isaiah would love to do one, but that would need to be with an
Yeah.
adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
No,
So they
I
can
would
do one,
definitely
and you
like.
guys can do one, and you guys can help facilitate.
Yeah.
That'd be
Want to
great.
get my pumpkin on. Uh, How many minutes we have left?
5 minutes. Because
We
okay,
have
another
5 minutes.
shout out though is if you know facts or are interested in getting to know facts to like play with money and make money for a good cause, make money for different local organizations, really, really grassroots. Virtual trivia. Do something trivia. It's been going since like May, since COVID. It helped keep open a local bar in Texas, and it's helped now, it's raised like, thousands and thousands of dollars for like 40 plus organizations across the country. And now across the world. We just did a school for Uganda last week.
Cool.
So yeah, on Thursday nights, Wednesday nights, let me know. But that's what I'm doing
Cool.
after this. So I have work. I have to go
Cool.
hostess something.
Cool. Cool. Thank you so much for that dope info. So I'm getting you. I just switched the thing off and switched it back on, and we're good. I thought I disconnected us, but you can still see and hear me, correct?
Yeah. Can we see if anyone
Yeah.
has other questions?
Yeah. Anybody has questions there?
I'll answer one. Good question, Rachel. You can do Patter on like any platform, Venmo, Cash App, or Alpha Arts Alliance on PayPal. Yeah. Or you can just, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Good. Good. So with a few minutes left, let's take a breath, and if you can think of anything left that you might want to share or reflect from your heart space, let's just do that. So those watching, you can take a breath with us. We're going to take 3 breaths. All right, here we go. Welcome back from the 3 breaths. Any closing thoughts? And then I'll share mine.
Okay. So it's almost fall. Like this is about when the nights just get a little longer and a little darker, and you wake up and you start to see less daylight. And we need to pay attention to what that does to us, our moods, to the moons, and be gentle with one another. We all need to be taking care of one another. And if you care about like the work that we're trying to do, like Alpha Arts Alliance, and what that means to be an artist, like this is art is a form of expression, and it heals us. So these skills a lot of us have taught ourselves. That's by way of, you know, supremacy. So we got to team up. So if you give a shit and you told me you were like are down to team up with a kid, I'm gonna be emailing everyone. I'm emailing everyone. And then if I don't hear back, I'm not emailing you for some seasons, because we've got farms to grow. There's work to do. There's work to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Farms to grow, literally and metaphorically. And this exchange of ideas, this cross-pollination of your world, my world, our world is very vital. And I want everybody to also really take what's going on seriously. Definitely have a person or people you can call if and when ish hits the fan. Election week is coming up. You know, it might be smooth, shit might get crazy, but let's just be on our P's and Q's. Have your family, have your community, be in touch with your youth, keep your cell phone on, especially if you're a POC person.
But clear your cell phone also.
Clear your cell phone, yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Charge that joker up. And I just have to say, even, you know, I know we're talking about art here and we want the world to be better, and we're sharing about what we're doing. But I remember hearing about just crazy stuff happening to people back when the chump got in office way back when. And it never made, just like random craziness was happening on the subway. So I've had craziness happen to me too. So really, we gotta really be safe and take care of ourselves, take care of each other. Have 2-3 people you can call. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't feel weird about, you know, if you have youth, young people in the house, make sure they know how to confront and deal with situations. Have a plan. Definitely even have a plan B if and when shits get crazy. I don't mean to kill anybody's buzz or high, but that's just real talk, man, because shit is crazy.
And real talk, like if you are listening, know, like if you are in need, I will always, as much as I can in my ability, be a plan B if you're a good person. Yeah.
Yes. So Arts Alliance will continue the journey and the work with the Crouching Icons Hidden Legend series.
Yeah.
Be Polite was there. I definitely would love to interview you, Brian, if you're still there. Um, let's
Is this is not a
become.
dragon, right? Okay. Okay, that's not bad that I did that. Guys,
No.
okay. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Oh.
That's the urban mudra
Okay,
of
hold
the
up.
dragon
This
within.
is actually fun. Okay. You got okay. Because I had to go. Okay, I'll play this game. If you're watching, you can play this game and movement game for 1 minute, and then I'm out. I'm ready. Kim, please play. I know you're close by. Can I see Kim real quick? Can I say hello?
Yeah, she's.
What's up? What's up? Hey. Yay. Oh, that's a new one.
Yes. How about this one?
Okay.
I love hearing your voice and your work, and you're a blessing to all who know you.
You too. Oh, those are nice. Cool, guys. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that's what you guys do more of than me.
Yeah.
But now me more. Because we are in spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, in spirit.
Nice. Much love.
Yeah.
Love you guys very much.
Much love. Remember the dragon within.
Always.
Everybody. Always. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the bathroom and work on your throat singing.
Hey.
Hey, just make sure people don't think you're constipated.
Like, yeah, practice your howls. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
When you feel upset, let yourself scream. Get it out once a month. You'll feel better. Cry if you need to. You know.
Arts Alliance, we crouch. We never die. We're hidden, but we're always within. Booyaka! Brr, 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 brr.
We out.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you guys. Yeah. Later. Bye.
Later.